What's not fun is going to be talking about goddamn Elon Musk. Do I need a content warning before we do this? Apparently he gave a TED Talk.
Spoke Elon.
And he answered questions about him buying Twitter, which is they just let me back on Twitter. They just let me back on Twitter, and now Elon Musk is talking about buying up this motherfucker. Yeah, barf indeed. But here he is speaking on his $43 billion Twitter offer. But don't you worry, I've got ways to kick Elon Musk after we listen to him talk.
I asked you whether you were thinking of taking...
I would give anything to piss in Elon Musk's face. Eye hole, nose. If he started doing his mouth and he was like into it, like I'd be like, no, Elon, no. This was about me degrading you. You're not that you're like into piss, you weirdo. Not that you're a weirdo if you're into piss, because never mind. Obvious ploy to pump and dump. That's been my position all along.
I do not want to own Twitter. It is a recipe for misery. Everyone will blame me for everything. What on earth changed?
No, I think everyone will still blame me for everything. Yeah. If I acquire Twitter and something goes wrong, it's my fault 100%.
I don't blame you for anything because you ain't done fucking anything.
It will be miserable, but you still want to do it. Why?
I mean, I hope it's not too miserable, but I just think it's important to the it's important to the function of democracy. It's important to the function of the United States as a free country and many other countries, and to help freedom in the world more broadly than the U.S. And so I think
if it is that important, then it does not need to be in the hands of one person, and it should be
civilizational risk.
Here is my challenge to Elon Musk. If you believe that is true, then follow through and buy Twitter and make it open source. If you believe that is true. Here's my problem with Elon Musk, is that I don't believe he actually believes in free speech. As we will see here in just a second, he has tried to silence speech about him when it comes to a discrimination suit. And that's another thing. One of the reasons why he's doing this, not only do I believe it's a pump and dump scheme, I believe that he was trying to overshadow two different pieces of news we're going to read about his companies here in just a second. But like, if he truly believes in free speech, let him buy Twitter and make it open source. That is the only way I believe that Elon Musk believes in it. Give it to the people. Give it to the people. That way there's nobody fucking elevating tweets. We don't get sponsored tweets anymore. It's like Wikipedia. It just runs. Elon Musk is a fraud. He absolutely is a fraud. But unfortunately, like the SEC, who has a case against him on the filing that he was part owner of Twitter, the slap on the wrist they're going to give him is going to be nothing. It's going to be a fraction of what he actually made on the transaction. What, the fucking SEC steps in and fines him $10 million. He made like $130 million on the transaction. Fuck. $130 million extra by not disclosing that he was part owner of Twitter. He's a slimy piece of shit.
Is decreased if Twitter, the more we can increase the trust of Twitter as a public platform. And so I do think this will be somewhat painful, and I'm not sure that I will actually be able to acquire it. And I should also say the intent is to retain as many shareholders as is allowed by the law in a private company, which I think is around 2,000 or so. So it's not like it's definitely not from the standpoint of let me figure out how to monopolize or maximize my ownership of Twitter, but we'll try to bring along as many shoulders as we're allowed to.
You don't necessarily want to pay out 40 or whatever it is $billion in cash. You'd like them to come with you in the
Yeah, but
he doesn't have $40 billion in cash.
Afford it.
I heard that.
No, you technically could. You do not have that liquid.
This is not a way to sort of make money. I think it's just that I think this could, my strong intuitive sense is that having a public platform that is maximally trusted and broadly inclusive is extremely important.
He doesn't have it liquid.
But you've described yourself.
I don't care about the economics at all.
He does not have the money. And you know what? Funny you should mention the Tesla racism lawsuit. Funny you should bring that up. A judge upheld a black former Tesla worker's racial discrimination claim, but unfortunately they cut his payout from $137 million to $15 million. This is one of the things that I feel like Elon Musk was trying to overshadow this past week that didn't look good on him. A judge has significantly slashed the payout of a man who sued Tesla, accusing it of racial discrimination. Owen Diaz sued Tesla in 2017, alleging that while working as an elevator operator at the automaker's factory in Fremont, California, he was subjected to racist abuse. The jury found in favor of Diaz in October and awarded him $137 million in damages. Judge William H. Orrick said in court a document seen by Insider that he had upheld the jury's verdict against Tesla but reduced the total damages owed to Diaz to $15 million. He said he did so because he felt the size of the jury's award was unconstitutionally large. Wow. Although the judge has significantly reduced Diaz's payout, it's still a blow to Tesla, which argued that Diaz's damages should be reduced to $600,000. Tesla is also the subject of a lawsuit from California's civil rights regulator accusing the company of widespread racial discrimination and harassment. Insiders Grace Kay and Aine Kane reported 46 lawsuits have been filed against Tesla, accusing it of a sexist and racist work culture over the last 5 years. The award of $15 million is substantial, but does not come close to reflecting the harm caused to Mr. Diaz or the reprehensibility of Tesla's conduct. The reduction of Diaz's payout is not entirely unexpected. Legal experts told Insider in October that the $137 million in damages would probably not survive judicial scrutiny. Tesla and Alexander did not immediately respond when contacted by Insider for comment outside of normal working hours. I was hoping it would have more about what the lawsuit was alleging, but fortunately for me, I've got us a nice little video that shows exactly the kind of shit that they were suing Tesla over. This is from a current employee at Tesla. They've concealed their identity.
Phase 1, a non-black associate doesn't like you. They see your work ethic and they're intimidated by you, so they're trying to sabotage you. Phase 2. From there, they try to get a reaction out of you. They start calling you all kinds of names or acting like that they're doing it jokingly, even though you're not supposed to use those terms at work. Using the N-word or monkey or slave, or they'll refer to you in all these different type of ways, but sometimes they'll do it in a way where they try to mask it as if they're joking with you and kind of wait for a reaction. Let's say you gave them a reaction. Phase 3 would be they bring it up to their management. They have a conversation with you. They don't tell you.
Musk's idea was stupid. It was a PR stunt. The whole thing about the calling him a pedo, guys, I don't know if you know this. I tweet at Elon Musk every time that I do a video about Elon Musk here on the Troll Patrol. I clip it, put it on YouTube, and then I tweeted Elon Musk telling him I made a video about him, and that if he would retweet me and call me a pedo, it would really make my day. I've now done this 3, 4, 5 times. I'm going to do it with this video. I really want Elon Musk to retweet me and call me a pedo. It would make my fucking day.
Phase 4 is that they'll try to make it seem like they're assessing the situation by moving you away from that person who you may
I would wear it as a badge of honor.
harassment in some shape or form, but what they're actually doing is they're moving you somewhere else where they're going to work you just as hard. That'll force you to quit.
Oh, I've been called a groomer so many times. I've been called a groomer so many times on Twitter, and I've gotten people banned for it. Because, like, that's a serious claim. So, fucking... And always make sure, like, call me a groomer again, motherfucker. And, like... They do it. They take the bait.
The workplace environment at Tesla, it moves very fast. Everybody in their other positions of power, supervisors, management, they all care about numbers. But as a production associate, it moves a little bit differently. Certain departments of production are referred
Be
to
sure to stick around. We got some religious shit.
plantation, slave ship. All these names are brought up because all these departments that are all production, majority of it is black associates. My own experience was that
If they're saying it specifically to me,
threatened,
it's harassment.
threatened by another coworker. Fast forward a couple months from there, she actually ended up harassing me to the extent where she actually made like an open statement in front of 50 other associates, pretty much saying that she wanted to beat me up in the parking lot. I went to HR. They pretty much told me.
Yeah, you can't just say you want to beat up your employees.
They never investigated it. So when I did check in on the status of it, they pretty much told me that I was at fault for why I was getting harassed, because they said when they asked majority of the people who were witnesses, because it happened in front of a whole production line, all of those people who were non-black associates pretty much said it was my fault. It took a toll on me mentally, so I did take a leave. And during that leave, I had suggested that I wanted to resign. I wasn't sure how to go about it, so I just drew up an email, sent it to whoever in HR, and left it at that. But actually, after I sent that email, they had sent whoever their HR person was to contact me. On this phone call, this HR rep was clear, straight to the point, that they did not want to get sued and they didn't want to accept my.
Well, Elon calling me a pedo will get me noticed. Like it will cause my numbers to go up. I want Elon to call. Also, it's funny that I keep asking him to call me a pedo.
Any record of this. What ended up happening is
You don't think that's funny?
emails got ignored, and they had me come to work an hour early just for the person who
But some shithead calling me a groomer, I can help clean up Twitter.
showed up or answered my phone calls or anything.
I'm gonna do it until Elon notices me.
I like to refer to as quote-unquote monkey roles, and I was separated from everybody else. And one of the roles I was doing was just taking plastic or packaging scrap off of parts that the rest of production needed to use. My manager, he didn't want to see me move up anywhere else or
Pickles my pickle, you know, like nothing. I don't like pickles.
on a professional level the way that he was with the
Ain't no
other
pickles around here, ma'am.
I asked the supervisor without giving them too much detail.
You like my cute little bunny graphics?
If my manager is a little bit off in these areas and I want to confront him on certain things, he heard what I said but didn't take anything I said seriously. He kind of laughed and then proceeded to pat me on top of my head. And I was a little
Pat him on top of that. I feel sorry for this dude. Apparently not. Apparently he calls people pedo all the time. I mean, there's nothing stopping you from saying false things on Twitter. And Elon Musk knows exactly about that. Elon Musk tweets about taking Tesla private were false, a new court filing says. A court filing out late on Friday, which is another reason I feel like Elon Musk was wanting to make news with Twitter. Court filing out late on Friday said a judge ruled that Tesla CEO Elon Musk knowingly made false statements when he tweeted about a take-private deal for the company in 2018. Shareholders are suing Tesla and Musk to recover money they lost after Musk tweeted that he was considering taking the automaker private at $4.20 a share and had funding secured to do so. After those tweets, the SEC charged Musk with civil securities fraud. They struck a revised settlement agreement in 2019, but Musk is trying to terminate that agreement now. Speaking of 420, the 420 and 2-year anniversary spectacular episode of the Troll Patrol is coming up this Wednesday, 4 o'clock Eastern Time. The shareholders are suing Tesla over money they lost after Musk tweeted in 2018 that he was considering taking his electric vehicle company private at $4.20 per share and said he had funding secured, and he did not have funding secured.